Holy shit. Holy shit. We have breaking news. Chiefsaholic is still on the run after skipping court in Oklahoma for a bank robbery.
Wow.
Chief superfan Xavier Babudar, also known as Chiefsaholic, finds himself on a most wanted list, and now Dog the Bounty Hunter has casted his nose at you, brah. You're in trouble. Chiefsaholic has been on the run, I assumed, but now it is official. He's on a most wanted list.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time before Chiefsaholic is back attempting to rob a bank somewhere. Everybody keep your heads on a swivel for a running wolf. This man will stop at nothing to see his Chiefs play football from the front row in a wolf costume. Not court. Not financial issues.
What?
Not a bank teller.
What?
I got a gun. You got the money. I'm getting the ticket. I'm front row. He's number 5 on the most wanted list.
Who's above him?
In Kansas City. Crime Stopper says even though Babudar is wanted in the Tulsa area, his last known address is in Overland Park, Kansas, and he knows people in the metro. Crime Stopper says that is why he is on the Kansas City area list now. There's an active arrest warrant for Babudar. If found, he'll be arrested and held on a $1 million bond. So right now, I'm thinking back to when Beth and Dog in Leland, and they had that dry erase board on how much money, is potentially available here, and what are some known traits. We've seen this wolf run at fan festivals. Even though his feet turn sideways as they're running, he can move pretty good.
That's right.
The wolf can huff it a little bit. Wide hips, will use gun. Also, can bite like a fucking butcher's dog.
That's right.
AJ, your thoughts on Babudar on the run and what's next?
Well, with Babudar, I want to see if he knocks off another bank, and I also would like to know how many banks are being robbed in America.
Tons.
Per week. Is it still a big thing? Are people really robbing banks a lot?
I think that's why it was so spectacular when we heard this is what he was doing to get to these games so he could be a super fan on TV in the front row or whatever. It was just talked about he just robbed a bank in one go, and it's this guy's from the 1200s. When did they? When did they roll in and do all the bank robberies? I would assume approximately 4,000 bank robberies per year in the United States, says Google after we Googled it.
Yep.
I'd say
people are robbing banks.
I think it happens in small towns a lot. I grew up in a small town, and we had one bank get robbed 3 times, which is really exceptional.
That happens in Massachusetts.
Just don't bring a gun, though. Make sure you don't bring a gun, because that's a lot more years in jail.
Some guy robbed a gas station with the duck hunter game.
Oh, yeah. Yep, that's right. In Alabama, I think.
Yeah.
Or South Carolina.
With the duck hunter.
Just spray
painted black.
Painted black, but not the trigger. Trigger's still very orange.
Yeah.
And you could see the back little things. When he put it up on the news, it was a nice little trip down into nostalgia. It's man, that thing was...
Missed that game.
That was the entire life there for a bit for a lot of people. That game took over. It was
awesome.
It was a great game.
Inside Job. Inside Job, they used fake AK-47s.
Dude, Inside Job is from the mind of somebody that thought to themselves, if I rob this bank, I get about $10 million. If I make this movie, I can probably make a couple $100 million.
Exactly.
They came up with the idea on how to rob a bank.
Exactly.
And they did it.
That's why if you think of one,
just make a movie.
Write it down. Yeah, do not act on it.
And if you're the Saw creator, hey, instead of you psychopaths killing people in weird ways, just make movies. You guys can profit off it, okay, and watch it happen.
Bingo.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll cure your need to do it, but the people that are thinking of those ideas too, we got to keep an eye on.
Those are college kids.
You know what I mean, AJ? Probably out of Ohio, I assume a lot of those.
Keep them in a
Midwest.
room.
Hey, Midwest.
Keep them in a room separate from everyone else in the office.
When they're making content?
Just in general. Just keep them in the back.
Talking about Beal.
You're talking about Beal.
Who's he talking about?
Beal McComas.
What?
Let's get to him.
What happened?
Saying keep them separate in the back.